Hello, hello, hello. Hope we're all doing well today. Today, we're going to look at another addition to our lovely cosmos. The boys at Comdex have asked me to introduce their new Harbour protocol, and on the dashboard, it looks like this. Now, as you know, I've been following Comdex for a long time, and they've been getting a bit of heat lately because they haven't put out the products. Well, these are the products they've been working on for a long time, and they're now in the beta testing stage. So let's bloody hope in the next couple of months they move from beta to the beginning of something brilliant. Now, without further ado, let's get bloody into what this stablecoin's all about. So to be fair, I'm quite excited about this, right? Because after the Terra Luna crash, on Osmosis, we do have USDC. However, as we all know, this is centralized. So decentralized organizations like Comdex are trying to shift this paradigm to having a different kind of decentralized stablecoin. And through Harbour, you will be able to get access to this stablecoin. And it's believed to be much safer than Luna because it's incredibly over-collateralized. So for those that don't know what over-collateralization means, basically it means I put down $100 of Atom and I get $80 of the stablecoin. So if any issues occur, I'll just lose the initial money that I put down, or part of that initial money. So the stablecoin remains safe. However, the question is whether people are willing to go through that extra step to do this. I know other organizations are planning this as well. So as I said, this is the testnet. To get access to tokens, we go to Comdex on Discord, go down to request faucet, write $testnet, then your Comdex address, and the bot will automatically send you testnet tokens. So as you can see here on my Comdex testnet chain, I have around 44 tokens. So let's see what we can do with them when we have a play around. So firstly, we can see that the user interface is very clean. I love the side panel here. Nice blue and purple backgrounds with certain values and graphs at the point. Now the stablecoin we're looking at is actually called CMST. We'll get into that in a moment. Let's move down to my positions then. Currently, I don't have any positions on this platform. Don't have anything in the locker, don't have anything in the vaults. But I do have some history from transactions I made on the other Comdex automatic market maker, where you're going to be able to make orders and just leave it. Clear as day, we know what my current assets are. If I wanted to put assets on there, I could just click deposit, choose how much Atom I want to put on there, and bang, there it is. Now, this is the interesting part about this protocol, Mint. You know, before I talked about collateralization, well, how Comdex have decided to do this is there are a variety of ways in which you are going to be able to obtain their stablecoin. Currently, if you want to obtain their stablecoin, you can do it through using the Comdex token, which I have from the faucet, Osmosis token, or the Atom token, as we just mentioned. Now, so what we need to understand first is these 5 groups. Firstly, collateralization. We can see the collateralization is different for each one. So if I put down $100 of CMDX, I would only be able to get $50 of their stablecoin. This is a 200% ratio. Here would be even less at that ratio, and here would be much less. All right, so next on this list, we have the stability fee of 4.5%. We can see that this stability fee is higher than the stability fee of the other two, where the collateralization is high. I assume this is because the risk is a little bit higher with the lower collateralization. So here it says it's the interest rate on the borrowed amount. What it means is when you get this stablecoin, you're effectively borrowing the stablecoin, and then there is a yearly fee of 4.5% for you borrowing that stablecoin. So if you are to borrow that stablecoin with less risk, with the lower collateralization ratio, that's just the way it goes. Now what we're going to need to do, of course, is find ways to mitigate that 4.5% loss, and we'll get into that in a moment. Firstly, we need to actually get hold of the bloody stablecoin, don't we? Right, so next, minimum borrowed amount. That's quite clear, isn't it? So the minimum debt, this is the maximum that can be withdrawn from this vault, and this is the current amount that's been withdrawn, or the current amount of CMST that has been borrowed / minted. Alright, so I'm going to be a cheapskate and I'm going to go for this one. So as you can see, I've got 43 available. I'm going to try and get hold of some of these stable coins. So I'm going to whip in 20 of my CMDX. I'm going to deposit that. And the minimum collateralization ratio was 200%, but it's safer to put it a bit higher in case the value of CMDX drops. Because if the value of CMDX drops when you put that down and you set it at the minimum, some of your tokens will automatically be sold on the market. So it's always better to be super safe. So let's do 250% then, meaning that the value of my CMDX is 250% of the value of the CMST that I'm going to take out. All that's sorted. We can see our boxes are green. I'm going to click mint. I approve. Bang. There we go. All right. So as you can see, my collateralization ratio has already dropped from its safe amount, from its ultra safe amount, because the Oracle, which determines the live price of CMDX, will be changing all the time. And that will relate directly to the collateralization ratio, i.e. how much I've put down. Now, we can see how much I've deposited. We can see how much CMST I have. We can see actually the stability fee is already done here automatically. So we've minted it. We've got our token. We know our collateralization ratio. We know that my value of CMDX has dropped a tiny bit since I put it in now. So of course, you will be able to top that up if you wanted to. But let's click on earn. All right, so now I have 1.8 CMST. I'm going to put in $1, okay? I'm going to create this stable coin, and the current reward rate is 1.5. All right, bang, there we go. That's in the mix now. We can see that when I click on my positions where it is, and we can also see the interest rate if I put the numbers in. Now, this is an important point. What we saw there was we borrowed at a stability fee of 4.5%, and we're earning at 1.5%. So if we borrowed this, we'd actually be losing 3% a year. Now, this is the test net. This is not completely underway yet. When this finally goes live, I expect there will be many methodologies to earn much greater percentages than this. Next, let's click on the final box, auction. So just like what we saw with other protocols, you're going to be able to potentially profit from using CMST in these ways. So often when prices change and people get liquidated, their assets are auctioned off, as we can see here. So if you're quick and savvy, you might be able to bag different assets like Atom and Osmo at cheaper than market prices. As you can see, this is a timed auction and you can bid through this mechanism. So it's almost a complete system really, where you can mint the stablecoin, you can earn from the stablecoin, and if the value of your collateral goes down, it can be auctioned off to other users on this program. As you can imagine, this is a very, very interesting time for DeFi, and many organizations are trying to crack the decentralized stablecoin conundrum, as well as having a great user interface and longevity in a platform people want to use. My hope now is that Comdex move from this testnet and get on the bloody mainnet, and let's see the next step of evolution in DeFi on the Cosmos. I'm really quite excited for all these developments we're seeing in the bear market, and let's see where this bloody new beaten path takes us. Alright, that's it from me, James at Cryptoconsh, keeping up to date with new creations on the Cosmos. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you again.